Nuke! Focused!
Got ya. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you're having an awesome day. And today we're going to go through our Viola and Masquerain sync grid guide. We're going to go through her kit. We're going to go through how to unlock and max her out. We're also going to go through a couple of sync grids to utilize her to her maximum potential. Timestamps down below if you want to skip to anywhere in particular. But without further ado, let's get into it. So in terms of unlocking her, it's quite simple. We just go to our main story, we go to the PML arc, and we do Chapter 14, Bug Experts. Once we finish that up there, Bug Experts Part 2, we get our Viola and Masquerain, which is a 4-star unit. So then we do need to evolve her to get that Masquerain. In case you're not sure to evolve her, you go to your side area, you go to Sync Pair Stories, and then here we've got Viola. You've got a day with Viola, and then also Masquerain's evolution, so you can evolve your Masquerain into a Masquerain. In terms of her move level, she's a 4-star unit, so you can use your 4-star tech candies. They're not as common as the 3-star ones, funnily enough, and they're also not as rare as the 5-star ones, but if you can get them, at least getting her to 3 out of 5, so you can utilize the rest of her sync grid, is probably at least decent enough to get her. If you do have a 6-star EX, 5 out of 5 to get that big sync nuke damage is certainly the way to go. And for her theme, she is a tech unit, so it will increase her attacks and her health, which depending on how you want to use her can be very helpful. Bug, Kalos, Gym Leader, and Artistic, very broad themes here, so easily able to upgrade her special attack if you need to do some damage, or she can kind of function as a bit of a tank. It's a little bit of extra health will keep her in the fight. For her kit, it really is just about getting trapped on the enemy and then spamming out some struggle bug. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's go through the kit itself so we know what we're working with. So first off is Infestation, which is a single target 2-gauge move that will leave the target trapped. Not something I'd build a build around. It's really just spam this out at the start, get it trapped on all 3 enemies, and then you start spamming out struggle bug, and then that will just call it a day. X speed will raise the user's speed by 2 stat ranks, so you get 2 uses of this. So +4 speed does keep the move gauge coming back, so you can keep your moves coming out and make sure everyone's nice and tip top. It is only for her though, so just increasing her speed, but a little bit of speed is better than no speed, I guess. Struggle bug is an AoE that's going to hit everyone, also a 2-gauge move, which is nice. It will lower the target special attack by 1 stat rank, and it hits everyone, so everyone on the enemy team is going to be losing 1 special attack every time you use this. This is going to be the main move that you're going to be using. And lastly is just fantastic. Raise the user's special defense by 2 stat ranks and will apply gradual healing to the user. So we're going to raise our special defense by 4 because we get 2 uses. And we also get gradual healing just to kind of keep us nice and topped up and keep us in the fight. For our sync move, the Silver Wind Victory Shot, this attack's power will increase when the target is trapped. So remember, we have Infestation, we trap the enemy, and then we hit him with our sync move. Big damage there. And if you have a 6-star EX, which is a tech unit, you get some extra damage on your sync move as well. So anything to up that, you're going to get some big numbers. And for our passive, it is Terrify 1, which will lower the attack of all opposing sync pairs by 1 stat rank when you enter battle. So right at the start of the battle, once you have Masquerain in there, it's going to lower everyone's attack. She can't up her own defense, so a little bit of less attack does mitigate a little bit of damage, not by a lot, but I suppose a little bit's better than nothing. And then she can just kind of buff up her special defense, which is nice. And for her lucky skills, I do not have the cookies for this, so I'm just going to throw them out there right away. First off, we've got Critical Strike 2. If you're using her as a sync nuker, you want to up her crit rate somehow. She can't up her own crit rate, so getting Critical Strike 2 is going to be helpful to increase the damage of your sync move. Otherwise, if you're really strapped for it, Power Flux 3 can come in pretty handy. She can up her own speed, keep that move gauge full, big damage numbers coming out as well. Only really works for struggle bug, but I suppose it's better than nothing. And if you're using her as a tank, again, I don't have it on here. Vigilance, because we want to mitigate as many crits as possible hitting us. So Vigilance is going to be really good to keep her in the fight. And then she can also heal herself, which is nice. And for her sync grids, it really just does depend on how you want to use her and what lucky skills you have available. For this one, we're going to call this one the Photobomb build, which I just thought about before I started recording. It's just a sync nuke build, the sort of, thematic, Focusing, obviously, sync move damage nodes. We want to get some damage with our sync move. Need I say more? Speaking of that, Shower Power 5. When the weather is rainy, it's going to increase the power of our sync move, which is going to get some really big damage out there. So Shower Power 5, 50% increase in damage. If she's 6-star EX already, that's already double damage on her sync move because you get a 1.5 multiplier. Big damage output there. Speaking of rain, though, Raging Rain as well. Once we set the rain, it's going to still be on the field, obviously. So utilizing that with our struggle bug, we're going to get another 50% increase in damage with our struggle bug, lowering the target special attack, and also getting some big numbers out, which will be nice. And it's an AoE. What more can you want? Obviously, because we're going to be using struggle bug a lot, struggle bug move gauge refresh, I'm not going to worry too much about infestation. It really is just there to set the trap, and then you just start using Struggle Bug to hit everyone on the team. Nice and simple. And then First Aid 4, it's my favorite ability in the game. You have to pick it up if it's in the kit. An extra 40% health when you're in a pinch. You just heal that immediately. You don't have to use any potions. You don't have to use Just Fantastic and then use moves to get their gradual healing. Throw this in, you just get the healing. Very nice, keeps you in the fight, which I love. Next up is going to be her 5-star build, just focusing on a lot of Struggle Bug damage and utilizing that trap to its fullest potential. So obviously, same kind of thing as last one. We've got our Struggle Bug move gauge refresh. It's going to be the focus of our build. And First Aid, I'm not going to harp on it anymore. It's the best ability in the game, don't at me. Stationary Target 5 will power up the user's moves when the target is trapped. So we hit him with Infestation, get him trapped, and then we get a 50% increase with our Struggle Bug whenever we use that to get some extra damage out, which will be nice. I suppose you could use it with Infestation as well. Struggle Bug hits everyone, lowers their special attack. Why would you be using Infestation? And the cool thing about that, we get 2 of them. So that's another 100% extra damage just because we're using her, we get them trapped, which is part of her kit anyway. Excellent, excellent damage output there. And then, of course, because they're trapped, we want to also throw in Poke Trap 2, which is going to increase the amount of damage that the trapped status condition does to them. So, you know, when they take the damage over time, it just increases that damage, which is nice. Another 20%, nothing to scoff at. And then we've got our Just Fantastic MP refresh. Max out our special defense, I suppose. Gradual healing if you really need it, if you survive that long. And also, it gets us to our stationary target. That's all it's really there for. And lastly is what I'm going to call the Rain Tank build, just focusing on using Rain to keep ourselves in the fight and also do a little bit of damage, because why not, you know? What's life without whimsy? So first off, we've got our Struggle Bug move gauge refresh for obvious reasons. We're going to be using that a lot, getting that move gauge back to keep the moves coming out. Don't know why you want to pick this up, because it's on the way to getting the best ability in the game. First Aid 4, in a pinch, you just get that healing. Don't have to click a button, don't have to do anything. It's already set for you. Just instant healing. Don't know why you wouldn't want to pick that bad boy up. Just Fantastic MP refresh. The reason we're picking this up is if we can max out our special defense. Remember, Struggle Bug will lower the target's special attack. She's a really good special defense tank. Max out a special defense, lowers the target's special attack. She's basically taking no damage. And on top of that, if we can get some rain set, freshing Rain 1, which is going to restore our health whenever we take an action when it's raining. So we get rain, we get the gradual healing from Just Fantastic, increase our special defense, lower their special attack. We basically just regen through the damage. It's basically a match made in heaven, which is great. And since we've got Rain up, we may as well throw in Raging Rain as well. We have to pick a node to get there anyway. Raging Rain is not too bad. If it's raining, it's going to increase the damage of all of our moves by another 50%. And speaking of 50%, since we're here, we're going to be trapping the enemy anyway. Stationary Target powers up your moves when the target is trapped, which means that even though she's tanking, she's going to be regenerating a lot of health. And then on top of that, she's going to get 100% extra damage when it's raining and the target is trapped. It's just awesome. It just works really well if you need that defensive unit, obviously. If they're physical attackers, probably not the best use here, but still can come in handy if you're going against those special attacking units. Okay, for honorable mentions, first off, Ramp Up. This is in a really weird spot, and you have to go through the infestation tree to get here, and I'm going to talk about that as well. I don't really like the infestation tree, only because you're only going to use it 3 times throughout the match. You might reset a trap on a unit, but it's not enough for me to want to put in, you know, 6 energy. Like, we're talking about 20 energy to get to Ramp Up here, and Ramp Up, all that does is give you another 1 speed. If anything, I would just go for the X speed refresh here, and we call it a day. If X speed, if Ramp Up was like here or something, you could maybe make an argument for that. But because it's all the way up here past infestation, it's just not worth picking up. And Tripwire, it's not that I don't like Tripwire, it's just it doesn't really fit into the kit too well. She doesn't have anything that increases her damage if the target's speed is lowered, so just lowering it is really just there to make them a little bit slower, and it's only just once at the start of the battle. So if you can pick it up, if you have so many energy, absolutely pick it up. I mean, I would still pick it up if I could. It's just I don't have the energy for it for all the other nodes that I would prefer. And that's it for our Viola and Masquerain sync grid guide. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Let me know down below if I gave you some ideas on how to build her. And also let me know if there are any grids that I've missed as well. Any ideas as well. Hey, extra grids is always good for any situation. As you can see, she actually does do a lot of damage. It's just getting to that point as well. Needing to rely on rain, needing to rely on trap. There are a couple of ways that the enemy can get out of that. You know, you got like your full heal, your quick cures, all that kind of stuff. Maybe they're just immune to trap as well. So that is something that you got to watch out for. But the fact that she's weak to rock, which isn't too important, so just hitting the enemy with some big trap damage. Worst case, just use the Struggle Bug build. Really good at tech unit stuff. Power Flux 3 can come in pretty handy as well, especially since you can up her speed. But yeah, that's all for the video, and thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.